Well, another video. Aren't you lucky? Or unlucky, depending on who's watching. I want to thank one of my viewers. I can't remember who it was now. I am not at the computer, obviously. For giving me the manual, and I read it thoroughly. And from what I understand, the discriminator, you keep it all the way down, as low as you can, and keep the switch in the center position and adjust your sensitivity. Well, I don't think this thing's working right, and I have no luck with these things anyways. I put a nail down here, and it seems to have sensed the nail, but it goes off for everything else too. In the grass, I look in there, there's nothing in there. So I'm going to show you. The thing just seems to go off all the time, and I can bring this down, of course, so it won't misfire as much. But I doubt it. The one I had, the cheap one I had from Harbor Freight years ago, the cheapest one they had, it wouldn't do anything either. It just, you go over a rock and it would pick it up. Well, this don't do that, so it's better that way. It's telling you in the manual to go about a ½ inch off the surface, okay, which I did, and make sure that this is like that, not like that. And you swing back and forth, and then when you get it where you want it, and then you go up and down also, so you can get it. And there was nothing there. It just seemed to go off. I don't know, maybe it's misfiring and giving me from the grass itself. I don't know. So we'll make this little video here and show you. I've got some coins in my pocket. Now, my interest in a metal detector is nails, like in the driveway or something like that. That's important. As far as treasure hunting, there ain't no treasures. I don't do that stuff. I mean, it's interesting, but no. You gotta have a lot of training to use something like this, so you know what you're gonna get. So obviously the guy sold it to me because it's probably not working right. I followed all instructions. I took this plug out, unplugged it rather, and put some deoxide in there and worked that back and forth and everything else, and it was fine. So it seemed to be better that way. And the batteries are good. There's 2 9-volt alkalines in there that came with it. For $15, there are some YouTube videos on it. One video gave it a bad review, but the comments that came on that video said that guy wasn't using it right, and those commenters had good luck with it. So overall, I think the people that are using these are using them correctly. Whether I am or not, I don't know, but I think what we're going to do is I'm going to have to hand hold my camera like I'm doing now, and we'll throw this video out to you. As yesterday I made part 1 of the Crosley 817 radio, so I figured I'll put that up, and I'll be working on the under chassis in the next few days, and we'll be getting that out to you too. So, all right, so let's give it a try here. All right, we'll put a nickel down there, and we'll get the detector here. All right, now that's all the way up. So we don't want it all the way up. Put it up at the 2 o'clock position. All right, now there's nails on the underneath here that I nailed this down, so I don't expect that to be noise free. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, that seems to be working good. Okay, so I think that's working good that way. But now I checked the ground, and there's nothing there. So where this thing is going off down here is false. Okay, so it's right about there. All right. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. Got a galvanized bent nail here. Okay, here it is right there. There's the galvanized nail. It's going off over here. The galvanized nail is to the right. All right, so let's see what is in there. There's nothing there. See, it's going off all over the place. Now, I pick up any nails on my projects that I drop. So it's falsing. It's falsing all over. So, never mind the nail. So, pretty useless. I have never had any luck with metal detectors. You got to have a real good one. You got to have the skill of using it. Now, I followed the instructions for all metal, which is what I'm concerned with. I'm not talking about trying to pick up gold or trying to pick up coins or jewelry and stuff like that. So you leave it on all metal, you turn the discrimination control all the way down, and you get your sensitivity as high as you can without it falsing. See, it's all the way up, it'll just keep going off. So let's try the sensitivity about halfway. Right here. We're still in the middle here. And we got the discriminator all the way down. So let's try this again. This time with that nail again. There's the nail. All right, we'll just level that off first. Nothing. All right, well, maybe I was a little too high. But that don't tell you anything, because if you got to be a half-inch off the ground before this thing goes, okay, and I know you got to move it, you got to sway it back and forth, it just doesn't pick up by just holding it steady and not moving it. Okay, but my point is, if you got to hold it a half-inch off the ground and this nail is buried 2 inches in the ground, it's not going to pick it up. Simple as that. It's misfiring all over the place, and I got that sensitivity turned down. So, if I went by this thing, I'd be digging up my whole damn yard. As I started to say, I would be digging up my whole yard, and it's just not, it's not reliable. Not reliable at all. So, it's pretty useless for a nail in the driveway, which is basically, or anything else, or I lose my keys or something. Take my car keys. Drop my car keys down there. All right, let's go get the metal detector. All right, we got it level to the ground. Okay, it seems to indicate that, so I guess you got to have a very large object. So if you lose a nail, that's too small for this thing to pick up, let alone pull tabs and stuff like that. All right, now let's say this thing was buried in the ground about 6 inches. Okay, let's just say. All right, so we hold it up 6 inches. I'm guessing about 6 inches. So obviously this detector is only good if the thing is visible on the top of the earth. If it's buried at all, it's not going to pick it up. All right, I got the sensitivity about 2 o'clock position. I think it says something about the 3 o'clock position, so we'll put it at 3 o'clock. Okay, and the discriminator all the way down, set for all metal, which is what I'm interested in. Let's just go walk around the yard and see what it does. Now, you can't tell me that there's all kinds of metal out here. No way. Might be picking up the grass, although that's not metal, but maybe the dampness in the grass. Let's try a rock. No. At least it doesn't go off with the rocks like the Harbor Freight, the cheap one from Harbor Freight that I bought years ago, which I gave away, by the way. I'm not in the habit of throwing my nails out in the yard when I'm working on anything, so I know there's no metal out here. I can guarantee you if I dig there, there'll be no metal in it there at all. Look at it. It's going off all over. Now I can get down on my hands and knees with a magnifying glass, but I can tell you, there is no metal there. This is just firing all over, so let's turn the sensitivity down just a little bit. We'll put it at the 1 o'clock position here. And we'll make sure we're parallel to the ground, which I am doing. I just want to show you that it's going off all over the place. So I can see why he got rid of it. I think it's hitting the moist grass. I think that's what's setting it off. Yeah, that's what I think it is. No, there ain't no metal there. There ain't no metal there. No. can't tell me that that's that much metal out there. No. Make sure we're parallel to the ground here. And a 1/2 inch is what they're saying in the book. Now, I can see why he got rid of it. I was leery about buying it, but if you notice when I was looking at the stuff at the Jewish City flea market earlier in the day when we first got there, I saw this thing and I walked away, but I bought it later on. I'm kind of sorry I bought it now because it's useless. Acorn. All right, let's do this. Let's bring it all. I feel like a little kid digging in the dirt. All right, let's bring it all here. This is where we were before. Okay. All right. Let's give it the benefit of the doubt. Maybe it was something I had to move it. I don't see any metal in there. Let's all right, let's leave that there. I'll go get a magnet. This here is a magnet I bought at the $1 thrift store. Yes, that's a magnet, very strong one too. All right, so let's move this. We know we're in this area here. If there's metal, then it's working. Hey! Wow! It was there. Yes. Well, I wouldn't have seen that. Well, I stand corrected on that. Let's go do some further research. I got to go get my kneeling pad so I can kneel down on something and get a closer look. Okay. Let's go. Let's check again. You still on? We're on 1 o'clock here. Forgot to turn it off. But I was getting a lot of false firings, as you heard and saw on the all right. Okay, let's leave that there. Let's turn this off. We'll come back over here, we'll kneel down, we'll get the magnet. Okay, that's where we were, right here. I'll do the magnet first. Looks like a false alarm there. Well, that's a false alarm. No, that's a false alarm. There's nothing there. I mean, I'm getting it all over here. See? Yeah, that's a false alarm. So let's go back to this area, because this is the area where when I build something, there's always a nail dropping on the ground, and I don't see it, and it gets into the dirt here, which is all matted down. So there can't be that many nails here. I would say this thing is misfiring. Sometimes it does, as you saw, will work. No, it can't be that many nails. No. Okay, let's leave that right like that, and we'll go get the magnet and my kneeling pad. Okay, we know we're right here. No. Nothing. Let's see. I don't know. It's stuck to the magnet. Let's check that out. Now, there it is right there to the left. It didn't enter into the center. I think that's just I don't know what it is, but still getting it. So it wasn't that. I don't know. It's not something I would trust. All right. Enough of this farting around. I may work on the radio later. I just thought I'd show you this. I'm sure there's some of you out there that have this model, and you can, the battery indicator did not come on saying that it's low. So it would be lit up here if it was, so we'll turn it off. And that's it. That's it. That's it for the video for today on this thing. I'll play around with it from time to time, and we'll see from there. Thanks for watching.